To set up a funeral trust or not to set up a funeral trust? That is the question. So, Steve, what is a funeral trust?
Thank you, William. That's a great question. But before I answer that, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Steve Dabbs. I'm a certified Medicaid planner. I'm also a VA accredited claims agent accredited by the Department of Veterans Affairs. Further, I'm also a accredited investment fiduciary. And as a fiduciary, I must do what's in the best interest for my clients. So, what is a funeral trust? A funeral trust is a type of trust that holds ownership to a life insurance policy. When assets are placed into a funeral trust, they're converted from a countable asset to a non-countable asset to qualify for Medicaid or ALTCS, which is Arizona's Medicaid long-term care system. And it can be used to qualify for veterans' pension with aid and attendance benefits too. When you buy a funeral trust, you are doing two things. You reduce your countable assets as mentioned, and you set aside funds for your final funeral expenses. So rather than spend down your assets on long-term health care before you apply for ALTCS or veterans' pension with aid and attendance, instead you purchase a funeral trust, which sets aside money to pay your final expenses. With a funeral trust, you have the peace of mind that you are not leaving your final expenses behind to be paid by a loved one. The amount that you can put into a funeral trust can be as little as $500 to as much as $15,000 per household member, and in some states for each immediate family member too. So that means a married couple put up to $30,000 in a funeral trust. So here's how the funeral trust works and how it helps you to qualify. With ALTCS or Medicaid, the maximum countable asset someone can have in their name is $2,000. Meaning if you have more than $2,000, your application will be denied. Let's say you're single and have $16,000 and have been told you do not qualify and must spend down your assets to the $2,000 asset limit. Instead of just giving money to a nursing home or assisted living community for health care, you purchase a guarantee-issued life insurance policy with a single premium of $14,000. The ownership of the life insurance is then transferred into a funeral trust, decreasing your countable assets to the $2,000 limit. The funeral trust document is provided at no charge by the issuing life insurance company. So the funeral trust allows you to apply for ALTCS or Medicaid immediately, and your application will be financially eligible. Providing you're also medically qualified, your application will be approved. To learn if a funeral trust will work for you, call Steve Dabbs at 800-543-0530 or visit carefundingsolution.com.